Sophia, from where you are.
Michael, that was on Karanja Road, and that standoff continues. Those officers still forming that line of defense on one side. On the other, you have area residents taunting them in a sense, chanting and saying there will be no elections and saying that they will not allow for movement in that area. But now, Michael, I want to paint a completely different picture for you. I mean, Old Kibra Primary School, this is where Raila voted on the 8th of August, and this is where he's been voting as well over the years. So let's have a look at one of the polling stations actually opened. We have heavy security presence around, so we're going to head over to that center over there, and we've managed to see a number of individuals come in and vote. I was speaking to the presiding officer earlier, and she says voting is actually ongoing. So let's try just get in here, have a look at the processes, but clearly they opened right on time at 6 a.m., Michael. So just making my way over here. Sir, habari yako? Umeamua kupiga kura leo?
Yes, I have to vote.
You have to vote?
Yes.
Raila Odinga alisema watu wasipige kura. Wewe umeamua upige. Tueleze kwa nini?
I'm here to vote. As far as the government has done what it has done. Yeah.
So you're here to exercise your democratic right?
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Cheriot.
All right. Thank you very much. Cheriot, there, as you can see, Michael saying he will exercise his democratic rights today. So come in, sir, please go ahead. And we're in one of the polling stations now, the centers in here. The presiding officer is here with me. I don't know if the lighting is good, but madam, thank you so much for making time for us. Tell us your name and what time did you open? How has voting been here?
My name's Butul Kasim Isa. We opened at exactly 6, and so far we have a smooth running, nothing to complain about, apart from the low turnout, which I can partly blame for the weather.
But so around how many people have come so far, estimate?
Around 20 have voted so far.
Around 20. Everything is okay, security, no concerns?
No concerns at all, we are okay.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. All right, so one of the voting centers, the process is ongoing. You can see there, she says they opened right on time, 6 a.m., no hitches. There is a voter going on with the process. So this is one of the centers, and it's really fast, Michael, because it's just for the presidential race. But allow me to walk with Dan and take you to the other side, the polling center, where Raila Odinga himself voted on the 8th of August. And what's interesting, Michael, is that when I was here with him voting on that day, there was a mass of humanity literally walking through this place was near impossible. I remember at some point, Michael, literally floating because so many people trying to balance, and you're being moved and shoved around. That is when he came out to vote. Of course, today clearly different, not too many people, but it is notable to see that people are actually voting. So we're quickly going to walk to this other side very quickly, Michael, as we take you back, so that we walk you through as well the exact center where Raila Odinga himself actually voted. And you remember at that time, journalists as well jostling to get that shot. In fact, some of the material at some point almost being destroyed, the boxes, that's the ballot boxes. So we will be able to show you in just a moment. Michael, allow us to do this walkthrough. So there we have it. On that end, these are the other polling centers here at Old Kibra Primary School. Again, this one of the important ones, one of the ones that receives a lot of focus. And you can see heavily manned, no queues here. But let's get inside the one in particular that we saw Raila Odinga come to vote on the 8th of August alongside his wife. So you can see they've laid out all the queues into the various rooms here. And let's see what's going on. Habari yenyu? All right, so this is the other polling center. Not much happening. Habari, nani ndio presiding officer? Naomba utuambie, leo umekuwa na watu kuja kupiga kura?
Ndio, watu wanakuja, lakini bado sio wengi, lakini tunatarajia watafika.
Mlifungua saa ngapi hapa?
Tulifungua saa 12 kamili.
All right. Asante sana. So, Michael, there you have it. Not much happening in this center, but at least we can now report, as we have seen even from the voter we saw going through the exercise, one on the queue saying, even though Raila Odinga said for the residents here, for his supporters not to vote, there are those who are turning out to exercise that democracy.